Hello friends, in this video we are going to see slope of equipotential line and streamline. So equipotential lines and streamlines are orthogonal to each other, that is they are perpendicular to each other. We know this. So now we are going to prove this, how these two lines, that is equipotential lines and streamlines, are perpendicular to each other. So you know that in the coordinate geometry we have seen that if the two lines are perpendicular, so if you take the product of slope of those two lines, you will get -1. Then only we can say the two lines are perpendicular to each other. The same concept we are going to apply here. So first of all, we are going to see the slope of equipotential line. So what is equipotential line? We have seen in the last class that a line along which the velocity potential function phi remains constant, correct, is called as equipotential line. So considering phi as a function of x and y in a two-dimensional flow, considering phi as a function of x and y in a two-dimensional flow, so phi is a function of x and y, then we can write differential d phi equal to dou phi by dou x partial differentiation into dx plus dou phi by dou y into dy, correct. So change of phi with respect to x into the dx amount, and then dou phi by dou y into dy. But we know that for a equipotential line phi is constant. So what is the value of d phi? 0. Substituting the value of 0, the value of d phi is equal to 0 in the above equation, we get 0 equal to dou phi by dou x into dx plus dou phi by dou y into dy. Now what is dou phi by dou x? I mean velocity components. So we know that dou phi by dou x equal to u and dou phi by dou y is v. So I can write u dx plus v dy. Then minus v dy equal to u dx. So I want to find the slope. So what is slope? Slope is your dy by dx. Because we are finding for the phi, so I'll write phi here. So dy by dx phi equal to minus v by u. Sorry, minus u by v. Minus u by v. So this is the slope of your potential line, that is dy by dx phi equal to minus u by v. In the same way, we are also going to find out the slope of streamline in the next slide. Slope of a streamline. So considering psi as a function of x and y for a two-dimensional flow, same. So psi can be written as function of f of x and y. Similarly, d psi equal to dou psi by dou x into dx plus dou psi by dou y into dy. Everything is same as we did in the last case. So if psi is constant for a streamline, your psi is constant. Correct? If psi is constant, what is the value of d psi? So d psi will be equal to 0. So d psi will be equal to 0. So same thing substituted here. Value of d psi equal to 0. So dou psi by dou x dx plus dou psi by dou y dy. And then dou psi by dou x, what is the value of dou psi by dou x in terms of velocity component? So dou psi by dou x equal to your v. So either you can take minus v or plus v, that we have told you already. So there are two sets, and dou psi by dou y, if you are writing then you will getting plus x. So substituting the same value here, minus v into dx u dy. So v dx equal to u dy you can write. Then what is the value of dy by dx out of this equation? For the psi constant v by u. This is equation 2. So if you take the product of 1 and 2, now product of slope of equipotential line and streamline we are going to see in this slide. So from equation 1 and 2, if you take the product dy by dx phi into dy by dx psi equal to minus u by v into v by u. So that is nothing, this can be cancelled, right? And what you are getting equal to -1 finally. So if the slope of two lines phi and psi lines is coming equal to -1, that means these two lines are perpendicular to each other, and that is what is shown here, psi equal to constant line and this is phi equal to constant line. And what is the angle between them? 90 degree. When you say perpendicular, that means at each point of intersection the angle should be 90 degree. For example, I have drawn three constant psi lines. So psi 1, equal to, this is psi 1 equal to constant, this is psi 2, psi 3, 3 lines. Then how to draw the potential lines? Potential lines will be perpendicular lines, and the angle between the two lines will be 90 degree. At each point of intersection, the angle should be 90 degree. These are 5 lines, phi 1, phi 2, phi 3. Look at the note here. The product of slope of equipotential line and the slope of streamline at the point of intersection is equal to -1. Correct? So if you take the product of these two lines, you are getting -1. Hence, equipotential lines are orthogonal, that is perpendicular to streamlines at all points of intersection. Very important line. At all points of intersection. Hence, that is, the streamlines and equipotential lines are perpendicular to each other. Correct? So only just substituting the value of phi and psi, like a streamline, I told you streamline or potential line. It is a scalar function of space and time such that its partial derivative with respect to any direction, correct, gives you the fluid velocity in that direction. So u. So using this concept, we have replaced dou phi by dou x u in the previous equation, and for the psi similar way, and we got this equation, that is dy by dx phi and dy by dx psi equal to -1. So these two lines are perpendicular to each other, and we are going to see the next slide related to this. Flow net. A grid obtained by drawing a series of equipotential lines and streamlines is called a flow net. A grid obtained by drawing a series of equipotential lines and streamlines is called a flow net. What is the importance of this flow net? The flow net is an important tool. The flow net is an important tool in analyzing two-dimensional irrotational flow. Already we have seen irrotational flow. The fluid particles, while flowing along the streamlines, do not rotate about their own axis. Correct? Do not rotate about their own axis. Then it is called as irrotational flow. Fluid particles do not rotate about their own axis. Then it is called as irrotational flow. Look at the orientation of A. It is simply going in the line. It's not rotating. Correct? So the flow is net is an important tool in analyzing two-dimensional irrotational flow problem. So look at this. This is streamline, and this is your potential lines. Correct? So this is a flow net. And one thing I want to tell you, but in many of the books they are not following, but what is accurate I want to tell you. Whenever you are drawing the streamlines, right? The streamlines. So the streamlines are represented by the arrow marks. The streamlines are represented by the arrow marks. Correct? Directions will be there. And for potential lines, there will be no directions. Okay? Just it will be line. You can see here in this example, you can see potential lines, no directions, arrow marks is given, whereas all potential lines, no arrow marks, all streamlines are having the direction. Correct? Same way here, it is not shown here. That's what I told you that, but it is better to show flow net is correct. But the point is, all the streamlines must be having the directions. That is accurate. Otherwise, in many books they are not following this, but I'm telling you the accurate thing. So that's all about your flow net and product of streamline and potential line. So this is one of the very important topic. The slope question is already came in the examination. So requesting you to remember the value of slope for potential line and streamline separately, and do not confuse. Okay, thank you.